The Intergalactic Culinary Institute was supposed to be a peaceful place, a melting pot where species from every spiral arm learned the art of refined cuisine. No explosions, no plasma burns, and absolutely no open flame were permitted. Which is why everyone stared in horror when the human lit a fire. It all began when Chef Instructor Zyrvax announced the final exam: prepare a culturally significant meal using only the ingredients provided. Cooperation is encouraged. Improvisation is not. Every species nodded dutifully, except J. Carter, the only human in Class D-47. He just grinned. The ingredients were laid out on the stainless steel prep stations: jungle roots from Vexor, algae slabs from the water moons, spice moss, and a protein block that looked and smelled like sadness. Jay poked the protein block. "We're supposed to eat this?" "It is highly nutritious," Zyrvax hissed proudly. "It's also a war crime," Jay muttered. The rest of the class began meticulously assembling their dishes. The four-armed Kaliki grated moss with machine precision. The gelatinous pheloid-shaped algae cubes telekinetically. The crystalline reen hummed softly, adjusting internal temperatures to steam their roots. Jay wandered off. He gathered metal bowls, scrap utensils, a vent grill, and, most concerningly, an emergency heat coil. "Human J," Zyrvax called sharply, "you are expected to follow standard galactic culinary protocol. That means no improvisation." "I'm just preparing," Jay said innocently. But when he stacked the bowls, propped up the vent grill, slid the heat coil underneath, and struck a spark, a blossom of orange flame roared to life. The entire class screamed. The gelatinous pheloid elongated in panic. Uncontrolled energy discharge. Stage 3 combustion. Jay held up his hands. "Relax. This is a fire pit. Humans use this all the time. No species uses fire anymore," Zyrvax sputtered, backing away. "It's barbaric." Jay shrugged. "Yeah, but it cooks." He tossed the sad protein block onto the metal grill. Sizzling noises filled the room. The smell, smoke, fat, spice, lifted into the vents. Students stopped screaming and started sniffing. Zyrvax covered his snout. "That scent, it's transforming the ingredients." "Exactly," Jay said, flipping the block. "It's called searing. Give it some char, some texture." The Kaliki cautiously stepped forward. "Is dangerous?" "Only if you touch it. Or stand too close. Or dump water on it. Or ventilate wrong. Or breathe too much smoke. But don't worry." Jay grinned. "I got this." None of them looked reassured. Jay sliced the jungle roots, tossing them into a bowl with moss spice. A few flicks of the wrist and he had them tumbling in the pan over the fire pit with practiced human ease. Flames licked the metal, the air filled with pops and crackles. The smell got better. Students drifted closer despite themselves. "What is this method?" the crystalline reen asked. "Grilling," Jay said. "Humans used it back when we lived outdoors and everything was trying to kill us." "Everything?" someone squeaked. "Pretty much." Jay slid the vegetables aside, threw the now golden protein slab directly into the center of the heat, and drizzled a reduction made from the algae, reduced so aggressively that Zyrvax choked on the smoke. After a few more flips, Jay carved the slab into slices. Juices ran clear, aromatic and smoky. He plated the food onto simple metallic trays. Nothing fancy. Nothing elegant. But the smell spread like a warm embrace. Jay looked at the stunned crowd. "Well? Dig in." The pheloid extended a cautious pseudopod to lift a piece. It quivered, then popped it into its body. The pheloid froze. Then rippled. Then shivered with delight. Texture. Flavor. Complex chemical reaction. "I am experiencing joy." That was all it took. Soon the class swarmed the fire pit, each species taking careful bites, followed by increasingly enthusiastic ones. The Kaliki devoured 6 portions. The Rene's crystalline core brightened 3 shades. Even Zyrvax, trembling, finally tasted a sliver. The instructor's eyes widened. This is remarkable. The flavor profile, the char balance, the aromatic depth. Jay smirked. All from a little fire. Fire, Zyrvax whispered reverently, is forbidden. The class froze. Zyrvax raised a bony finger dramatically. Jay braced for a lecture. But clearly, Zyrvax declared, we must reconsider, for educational purposes. The entire class cheered. Jay laughed, feeding another handful of spice moss to the fire. Welcome to human cooking, folks. Next time, we make burgers. And thus, the Intergalactic Culinary Institute rewrote its safety manual to include a single new section. Fire, if a human is present, it might actually be fine.